Welcome to Women's Sports Weekly, where women's sports happen every day, but we talk about it once a week. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Carolyn. Women's Sports Weekly is a podcast where we discuss the latest news, explore interesting stories, and share our love for women's sports. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Women's Sports Weekly Pod. Follow us and rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Send us an email at womensportsweeklypod@gmail.com, and we may feature your email on our listener experience zone, The Les.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
you're gonna keep going.
to you. Happy birthday, dear Carolyn.
I think we have to cut it.
Happy birthday to you.
Wow, that was really beautiful. And I think for trademark reasons, we can't play the whole song.
You could cut wherever you want, but it is your birthday today. Happy birthday. Of course, at the time of recording, it's not your birthday yet, but this episode comes out on your birthday. So happy, should I say your age?
I love it.
Happy 35th birthday, Carolyn. This has been technically 11 No. I didn't know you for,
My
10
birthday.
birthdays together?
10 birthdays together.
Wow.
But when it's your birthday, we'll have 11 birthdays
11
together.
birthdays together. Wow. So happy birthday.
I think we met right around this time, though.
We did. We were playing softball together at this time. That was about it.
Yeah. 10 years ago or 11 years
11
ago.
years ago.
11 years ago. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can already tell 35 is going to be great.
I hope so.
I have already been celebrating for a week. I'm known for loving sweets, so people at work have just been giving me all the funfetti, and I just really appreciate that.
And there's more to come in your future.
I know. There's just always more funfetti, and I can't even complain because there's no amount that will ever be too much.
Yeah. I hope your birthday's wonderful, and I love you.
I love you too. Thank you. I feel like I'm solidly 30. And I am. I'm solidly in my mid-30s now. And yeah, I feel it in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that happens. But do you have any goals or wishes for 35?
So there was this big thing on the internet about Uranus has been up my butt as a Taurus for a very long time, which is a great sentence to say. But I've been seeing all this horoscope stuff that the past 7 years, so I think that was in 2019 that started, which is when we moved here, have just been a crazy time. And there's been lots of great things and lots of sad things that have happened since 2019 to now. We got married, we moved to Denver, but the transition time to Denver, I didn't have a job for a little bit. There were some really, really big changes there. Obviously, I've talked about before, my dad has passed away. My dad passed away in 2022. And even now, I still feel like there's so much grief attached to it. And so the promise from this horoscope is that things would calm down a little bit and I would enter into a new phase. So I'm hoping that 35 enters me into a little bit more of, I don't know, things that I have been working towards. Whether that's just feeling more okay in my body and having some acceptance towards that, or leaning into the podcast more and leaning into the sports world more. I would love to do that more in my second half of my 30s.
I love that.
I like it too. I hope it happens. So Uranus, get out of my butt, okay? I've had enough.
As a Leo, I'm right there with you. It happened to me too, which is funny. But yeah, good things to come for 35.
For sure. It was Leo, Taurus, and
I think Scorpio
and Aquarius. Yeah. So if you're any of those, apparently things are supposed to be turning up for us because Uranus has been a little bitch. I don't know. I'm not super into horoscopes. I like to see what's applicable to me and reflect on it. But yeah. So we'll see what happens for 35. Yeah. But thank you. And I'm excited to celebrate this weekend.
Yes.
It's going to be great. So really looking forward to it.
Yeah. And we did some more work in the basement.
In the Les?
Yeah, in the Les. Leading up to your birthday, your mom got you and us, I'm benefiting from this gift as well, a big old TV down there. We put together the entertainment center downstairs. It's really coming together.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom. The TV is so large and it's so wonderful and it's going to be perfect for all the sports. It's really, really nice to see everything in the basement starting to make a little bit more sense, even though we tried to do baseboards this past weekend and it broke our brain. We're learning though, and we're like, we just need to hire someone. Let's not drive ourselves crazy anymore.
Yeah, it pains me to hire something for something that looks so simple, but baseboards are nothing even close to simple.
Well, they're simple if your floors are level and your angles are 90 degrees, but we live in a 126-year-old house and the basement floors are not level and the angles in each corner are not even close to 90 degrees. So even if we did the angles right, we were putting the baseboards on and it was like flat on one end and then halfway up the wall on the other end. And I was like, we just don't have the mental capacity for this, nor do I have the intellectual capacity for this. Let's just hire someone who could do this easy peasy and we can just relax. Once we get the baseboards in, we can move things back downstairs into the basement, which I cannot wait to do.
Yeah. We also thought that all you had to do was like put the cut pieces together and they would just look fine. But there's lots of more angle cutting that we just, to your point, do not have the capacity right now to do.
And there are some things that just make a basement look so much more finished, and baseboards is one of them. I don't want to screw that up because if we do that right, I feel like we put up the framing of the walls, but then we had someone come in and do our drywall, and that covered up a lot of our mistakes. And I feel like same with the baseboard.
Yeah.
You can do that and cover up a lot of your mistakes. So we're just going to pay for it and we'll be so much happier.
I agree.
The light is there.
Yeah. We did put it together, the entertainment center, which is large, and everything was in individual planks. And my friend and someone I work with commented on my Instagram story and said, your marriage is unbreakable if you can do house projects like you've been doing and if you could put something like that together.
It's very true.
And I responded, that's so real.
And I don't think we fought when we put the entertainment center together.
Friday night was a little late, so we got snippy. At least I got a little snippy, but it was just like, I'm tired. Yeah. This is a lot. Let's need to resume tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. No major fights there.
The baseboards almost sent us. So.
Yeah. We ripped off what we did off the walls and decided we are calling it quits on that.
And to know when to say enough is a really, really good quality to have. So we're learning with each other.
We are.
And still 11 years in, we still have a lot of learning to do. And that's a nice thing.
Yeah, it is.
Learning how to work together over and over and over again. There's no one else I would rather do it with, though.
Same.
For real.
Same.
All right, let's get into some sports. Let's start with the highlight reel. The NWSL announced that the 18th league franchise will be in Columbus, Ohio. This franchise will set a new expansion fee record at $205 million, beating the previous record for Atlanta, which was $165 million. Neither of these teams have started yet in the NWSL, but I was looking at the NWSL standings today, 16 teams. I was like, oh my gosh, there is a huge middle of the pack. It just, compared to other leagues and other teams, I'm like, 16 teams is a very healthy league, and 18 is going to be even better. And I'm just like, wow, the growth of the NWSL has been really amazing.
And I just love to see the money that's getting poured into these organizations, and the expansion fee is getting paid and it just keeps getting bigger. Yep. It's so nice to see what people are putting into women's sports.
We love it. Let's get into some transfer portal news in NCAA women's basketball.
The transfer portal has been bonkers. Even during the Final Four, like people were entering it. It's just insane.
The dust is settling a little bit in the transfer portal, so let's see where people have landed.
Yeah, and we have some bigger names that we want to talk about.
So for South Carolina, they made some big pickups, and the biggest was Texas guard Jordan Lee entered the transfer portal and got picked up by South Carolina. We spoke to Jordan Lee at the women's Final Four, and now looking back, hindsight 2020, we were like, she was a little bit quiet, a little bit more reserved. Maybe she wasn't as happy as we thought.
Yeah, looking back at that, it like exactly that. To your point, she just seemed, I guess, unhappy, but I didn't know it at the time. I just thought she was quiet, and I still don't necessarily know, but maybe it was more so just not happy with the current situation.
So I think that's a great pickup for South Carolina. South Carolina, this isn't a transfer, but South Carolina also picked up Olivia Edwards, who is a 6'3" standout from Washington, and she's coming in as a freshman, but she originally signed with Tennessee.
Poor Tennessee.
I know, but with everything going on at Tennessee, she requested a release from her national letter of intent, and Dawn Staley swoops her up and brings her to South Carolina, which is a huge get. They're going to be good next year.
Yeah.
If they can get Ashlyn Watkins back, if they can get Chloe Kitts back, and then all of their additions, it's going to be really, really interesting. The way that I doubted them this past year of making it to the Final Four, I will double down and not doubt them at all next year.
There you go. That's the energy we like to see.
Yes.
And then we have Iowa State guard Jada Williams, who's going to LSU. That's a big difference.
I think that's a good fit for her, though. But that is a big...
I just mean in conferences, like
Yes.
moving over to the SEC, it's a lot different.
And Jada Williams was also at Arizona, so now she's moving once again.
Wow.
Yeah. I have some feelings about the transfer portal. I don't know. I have to question do I just love capitalism so much? Shouldn't these women be able to choose where they want to go? There's a part of me that feels that track. And then there's also a part of me that is like, if you don't stick out when things get difficult, you will not have any resilience. And like the people who are able to stick with a program and stay there for a while, you see such great things happen to those players. And so I'm like, there needs to be some kind of limit, right? You get one freebie and then your next one, maybe you need to sit out, which I know has been talked about before. I think there needs to be a little bit more rules around the amount of times you can transfer. And I'm not even talking about Jada Williams. I just mean in general.
It's just the boomer in you. Just accept it.
Oh my God, you think I hit 35 and now I'm a boomer?
No, Carolyn, I call you boomer every other day because you don't know how to use your phone.
Oh my God. Let me know if I'm a boomer for this take. Ugh.
No.
I can be wrong. I'll
No.
accept when I'm wrong.
I'm just joking because I agree with this. I think the transfer portal's been insane. I think it's frustrating because similar to with all the changes in the WNBA, it's like you get tied to certain teams and players, and then you see those players leave, and that's hard, and that's from a fan perspective. But as a coach, how do you coach when your team is always leaving? If there's always people in the portal, and how do you build a team over 4 years? I think that's what makes it really challenging.
Yeah, and we've saw UCLA just use a transfer portal so well.
Yeah.
Like they have people who have been there the whole time, and then they go into the transfer portal and they just like cherry pick exactly what they need. And we'll get into UCLA, who they picked up. So you see some of the benefits. And again, I don't want any player staying somewhere where they're so unhappy, where their health could be at risk, all of those things, especially mental health. And it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot for us as fans.
It is.
But let's continue on.
Then we have Tennessee guard Talasia Cooper, who is going to Ole Miss.
And as I mentioned with UCLA picked up Addie Brown from Iowa State, which I think is a great pickup, and Donovan Hunter from TCU.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but right after the Final Four, Lauren and Sienna Bett's mom was tweeting. I think she was responding to players who entered the transfer portal saying that they should come to UCLA.
I did not see
Yeah. So funny.
Just
So
active. Oh, we got to get some people in and I'm going to help.
maybe it worked.
I mean, winning a national championship also helps get you some players in the portal.
And then Audie Crooks is going to Oklahoma State, which I was a little sad about because there was some teasing that she might end up at Notre Dame, which I would have, loved.
Yeah.
And no, Oklahoma State, which, again, I don't know the back ends. To me, it felt a little random because I felt like that was not on my radar at all. But hopefully that's a good fit for her.
Yeah, I hope it was based on fit. I would have loved to see her go somewhere where she could be challenged, like a Notre Dame with a really well-known coach who could work with her. However, I don't know enough about Oklahoma State to know whether this is a good fit or not. I just thought it was an interesting choice.
Yeah, same.
Her announcement, though, she has curly bangs, and I freaking love curly bangs. She looks so cute. So only want good things for Audie Crooks.
Yes. And then we thought this was very interesting. Now, Madison Booker is known to be friends with Hannah Hidalgo at Notre Dame. And there was a post on social media that Madison Booker was wearing Notre Dame gear at Notre Dame with Coach Neil Ivey and with Hannah Hidalgo.
That's wild to me. Unless you lose a bet, if you're not going there, I do not know why you're in that school's gear.
Yeah. If if Notre Dame got Madison Booker, I think I'd lose my mind.
You would lose your mind. And I love Vic
I know.
Schaefer. So I'm just like, what is happening?
She's not in the transfer portal, though.
I know. We don't know what's happening there. What I actually think, I think Hannah Hidalgo should go to Texas.
No, get out of here with that.
Danielle, they lost Rory Harmon. They need someone exactly like her.
No.
I think it should go the other way around,
No.
very honestly.
We can't lose her at Notre Dame.
So that's not confirmed. We just have our eyes peeled on that one.
Yes.
And that's where we're at with transfer portal news. Whew, we'll see what happens.
Yes. And then with that, the WNBA, we have to talk about Natasha Cloud because her current situation is honestly quite upsetting for us that she's not on a team right now. And it just feels so insane to me.
As a fan, and at the time of recording, Natasha Cloud is still not on a WNBA team. We really hope by the time this airs, she has found a home, but we do think we still need to talk about this. Friend of the show, Frankie De La Creta, wrote a great article on their Out of Your League newsletter. I'll link to it in our show notes of this podcast, where they talked in depth about Natasha Cloud and their thoughts on why or why not she's not currently signed to a team. So let's provide some facts. Natasha Cloud is my favorite player. Fact number 1.
You have her jersey.
I also think us buying jerseys is a bad sign for the person because we bought a Skylar Diggins jersey at the Seattle Storm and then we bought a Natasha Cloud jersey for the New York Liberty and now they're both not on those teams anymore.
I figured Skylar wasn't staying with the Storm. I'm still happy with my jersey. For you, it might be bad juju because she's not on any team right now.
And also, it might have been a little dumb for us to buy jerseys right before free agency, but I do like the colors of both the Storm and the Liberty, so I'm okay with it.
That. I like the colors of the Storm better than Chicago, so I'm not upset.
All right, to the actual facts. Natasha Cloud is 34 years old. She has a WNBA championship with the Mystics, and she's known for her defense.
You know who she played with back in the day at the Mystics?
Give me in the Ryan Rucco voice who she played with.
Della Don, one of my all-time favorite players.
Elena Della Don, yep, they won a WNBA championship together with the Washington Mystics. I think that's one of the first WNBA playoffs that I watched.
When I was friggin' in the black internet trying to find the stupid games that they're playing in like a high school gym. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, Carolyn, I must find this. Elena Della Don is playing.
What a time. We've come a long way.
We have.
Okay, back to Natasha Cloud. She is known for being politically vocal, which there is some speculation that may be why she is not signed to a team. However, this is not making total sense to me, especially when so many players of the WNBA are vocal activists. Temi Fagbenle, who's very politically active, signed a $1 million contract with the Toronto Tempo, and Kirsten Bell, who has been very outspoken about supporting Palestine. She also signed with the Las Vegas Aces. So it's not like totally tracking to me that is the reason why. I don't, at least right now, and Frankie De La Creta mentioned this as well, I don't think it's a Colin Kaepernick situation happening right now.
No, I don't think so at all either.
Natasha Cloud is part of this solid middle tier of WNBA players. Is she an all-star every year? No. Is she a veteran player who plays great defense, who knows how to run a team? Yes.
Yeah, and she gives good minutes.
Yep.
She's a great leader. We've heard from multiple people and we've seen with our own eyes how positive she is. Like when we went to Unrivaled, we were not given the okay to interview her, but she like came up to us, said hello.
Yes.
Was just super nice. When we interviewed a Frie who is a practice player for the New York Liberty, he had nothing but great things to say about Natasha. So she's certainly not a cancer on the team either.
Yeah. It's interesting. She is very vocal, so leadership might not love it, but I don't think the locker room, it's just not it's not making sense.
Yeah, I don't think it's that.
The other fact is that it's been reported she's changed agents twice in the last few weeks, including in the middle of free agency. And to me, this is what speaks out to me the most. To switch your agent once is a very big deal. To do it twice means you're very unhappy with how things are going. And honestly, I think that change, like your agent needs to get to know you. Your agent is just so important as a player. And I think in the middle of free agency, this could have had the largest impact on why she's not currently signed with someone. The agent might have had some deals come through and Natasha Cloud could have been like, that's not good enough, or whatever it may be. And if your agent doesn't know you, that's a huge issue.
Yeah.
My speculation is that she was expecting more money in free agency and it just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
And my speculation again is that maybe she waited and now at this point she doesn't have a team. I do think she's going to get signed to a team. I really do.
Yeah.
Do I think it's going to be exactly what she wants? Probably not.
Not at this point, yeah.
Which is really unfortunate because you want the CBA to work for all players. And I do think they really tried. Like, you don't want the CBA just to work for the big stars, right? And I think in this CBA, they really tried to take care of those middle tier players. And we're seeing if you wait too long with this cap space, you might get put in a position where you have to accept something a lot lower because that cap space is getting eaten up.
Yeah.
There are some teams with cap space available. The Connecticut Sun, which I think would be a great fit for Natasha Cloud. She's played with BG. In Unrivaled. The Washington Mystics, where she's played before, I think they said they have 12 players with 5 years of experience or less. It's some kind of crazy stat like that. Don't quote me on that, but I think that was something of it. They definitely have the space. I know that she did not love the leadership, the Tebows who were with the Washington Mystics when she was there, but they're no longer there. So I'm like, why not go back to Washington? They loved you there.
Yeah.
And then we were talking over the weekend to our friends Dia and Lindsay, who run the women's basketball club here in Denver and nationwide. And they were saying Las Vegas. And I was like, Las Vegas, I think, has the cap space. One, and Dana Evans is out for the year with an injury. That would be like a perfect fit, which again, Las Vegas just is able to get these great players all the time. And so I'm like, maybe Las Vegas is a great fit for her.
Yeah. I don't know. I do hope by the time this is released, she is signed. And if not, I'm still going to be really sad because I really want to see her find a team.
Yes, exactly. And like just someone who the fans love, us included. And it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be the WNBA without Natasha Cloud this year.
I absolutely agree.
All right, let's get into some Women's Sports Weekly updates.
All right, starting with the Run Club. We have Run Club this Thursday and every Thursday at the 99ers Sports Bar here in Denver. Run 3 miles with us, make some new friends, and at the end of each run, if you share the secret word with the bartenders each week, you get 50% off your first draft. The secret word this week is cloud.
Cloud. We also need to take this time to ask you to please rate and subscribe to our podcast. We love to do this podcast and we want to continue doing it. I want to do 35 more years of this podcast. You ready for that?
Ready.
You're like, please, year by year. We create, produce, and edit the podcast ourselves. So if you want to support us, rate, subscribe, give us a positive review, and share this podcast with someone you love. Share this podcast with everyone you love. Thank you to everyone who has rated the podcast so far. If you send us a screenshot of your 5-star rating, we will send you a Women's Sports Weekly sticker for free in the mail. Go ahead and get your rating in and send it over to us. We want to send out more stickers into the wild.
Yes. We will get into our deep dive now. This was a heartbreaker for me, dying to see the Denver Summit win a game at home. It will happen eventually, but this weekend was not their night.
We are talking about the NWSL. The Denver Summit played the San Diego Wave, and unfortunately, the San Diego Wave won 3-2 at Denver. It was a heartbreaker.
I think I got way too comfortable in my head because Denver scored 2 goals in the first half, and I was like, we're winning this game. Because soccer, goals are not easy to come by. And what does San Diego do? Score 3 goals in the second half. And the other annoying thing is we have amazing seats. Like our season tickets, I could not ask for better seats.
Yep.
But we start behind Denver's goalie.
Yep.
And all the goals were scored on the opposite side of the field.
Every single one, because all of Denver's were scored in the first half and then all of San Diego's were scored in the second half. So we did see 1 goal near us.
Oh my gosh.
San Diego Wave, though, cannot be underestimated. They sit at the top of the table in the NWSL. They've won their last 5 straight. And this really was a tale of 2 halves. So the Summit dominated the first half. In the 16-minute, Melissa Kössler scored off a beautiful pass from Yasmin Ryan, and she had a beautiful finish. And like, once again, if Denver's scoring, Melissa Kössler is in the mix.
Yep.
Then Natasha Flint doubled the Summit's lead in the 32nd minute. And again, it was like, we're feeling good. Natasha Flint had an open shot. It was saved off like a crazy header from the San Diego Wave defender. But then Natasha Flint got her own rebound and headed it back in. And that's when she scored. It's like the classic follow your shot in basketball. Yeah. It was the same thing. She followed her shot and was able to finish it off. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And it was awesome. This was a sold out game, over 18,000 people, which fits in Dick's Sporting Good Park. Everyone was in their Denver Summit gear. I think I saw two San Diego Wave jerseys.
Yep.
You have everyone with their scarves, whipping the scarves around after each goal. We were going nuts. And it was just so cool to see the support from everyone. And especially when those two goals happened.
Yes. And at halftime, we met up with some friends. We're chatting with them. We had 2 beers. We were feeling good. We're chatting. And we're like, okay, we better go back to our seats now. We go, and this is a small stadium. It's not huge. And we go to the field. And as we're walking back, we just look in and we're like, it's 2-1. How the heck did San Diego score a goal? We missed it.
No one cheered, so we didn't even hear it happen.
Also, during this time, a man came up to us while we were chatting with our friends, and there were 6 of us, 6 women, and he was like, I need to go into the men's area. I don't want to take her into this disgusting place. Can you watch my daughter?
His 4-year-old daughter.
And she was so sweet, and so she was just standing with us. She didn't really want to chat, so we were too busy watching a 4-year-old. I thought maybe he was gone forever, but he did come back.
She didn't say one word. Too nervous.
And we were like, oh, if he doesn't come back, we'll just rotate our custody between these 3 couples here. We were already making plans, but she was really sweet. So we missed that goal. Leah Godfrey scored for the San Diego Wave in the 49th minute. We didn't see it. So we're walking back to our seats. We're close to the field. And in the 57th minute, there was a corner kick.
And we were like, let's stop here so we don't miss this corner kick.
And it's this low corner kick. It was like rocketed and it was pretty low. But Kennedy Wesley, who we spoke about last week for the U.S. Women's National Team, she scored. And as a defender, she hits a header and gets another goal for the San Diego Wave. It's now 2-2. And we're like, let's get back to our seats. We were doing a lot better when we were sitting down. So we get back to our seats. We're like, okay, it's tied. It's 2-2. They can come back here. Everybody's cheering. And in the 65th minute, Dugenia on San Diego beat her defender. She is so fast. Mm-hmm. I kept saying that the whole time we were watching. She serves it towards the goal. And I hate when this happens. Defender Carson Pickett for the Denver Summit redirects the ball and it goes in. It's an own goal. And that is how the game ends, 3-2.
Yeah, that was, it's just so tough when you're there and all the fans are there and you're up 2-0 and you lose. And I'm like, they're in their first season. We got to give them grace, but I just want them to be good.
Likewise. And as a fan, it really hurts to lose.
Yes.
We haven't had this ever in Denver where we're like so passionate about a team just because they're in our home city. And well, I guess I have it with South Carolina, right? Like the way I support South Carolina is the way I feel about the Denver Summit, but it just hurts so badly when you're like, you had it and now you don't. And now it's affecting me personally.
Yeah, it's rough.
So we're going to keep on with the Denver Summit. I'm very happy we have season tickets. I love all of it. It's just such a cool community thing to see.
And I cannot wait until their new stadium is built. I know we still have, 2 years? It's going to be down the road from us. And us driving home, we were like, we cannot wait to be riding our bike home from these games.
Yeah. Where they're playing at Dick's Sporting Goods Park right now, and they're also going to play in a different location. None of it is in the city. And when they do build the new stadium, it will be 1.5 miles from our house.
Yes.
It's going to be wonderful.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. We could walk.
We could drive our bike. We could do anything but have to drive in a car. And that is a really beautiful thing. And to not have to find parking is a wonderful thing. So get digging on that stadium. We can't wait for it.
Yeah, for real. With that, what are you looking forward to this week?
PWHL playoffs are here. PWHL playoffs start this Thursday, April 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. The seeding is Montreal is the number 1 seed, Boston is the number 2 seed, Minnesota is in the number 3, and the Ottawa Charge take the number 4 seed. As a reminder, Montreal got to choose between Minnesota and Ottawa. Montreal chose to play the number 3 seed, the Minnesota Frost, which is very interesting considering that they're back-to-back champions, but they're taking it head on. So that means on Thursday, Boston will take on the Ottawa Charge at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. Both the semifinals and the finals are a best of 5 series, so we're getting into it now. I'm going to be watching all the hockey.
Yes, love it.
What are you looking forward to?
Back to the NWSL, the Orlando Pride play the Washington Spirit on Saturday, May 2nd at 4 p.m. Eastern on ION.
Did you see Trinity Rodman's dialed in hang up?
I sent that to you on social media. You know I love that.
We love the relationship between her and Ben Shelton. It's too good.
Yeah.
That is it for this week. We will see you next week on Women's Sports Weekly. In the meantime, watch women's sports and share the podcast with your friends. Rate and subscribe to the pod on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Thanks for joining us.